Your life begins in darkness, curled against a warm, vibrating machine. Your mother. You can't see, you can't hear, you can't walk, and worst of all, you have siblings who are already shoving you aside for first dibs at the milk bar. For the first few weeks, your entire existence consists of eating, sleeping, and mewing pathetically. And just when you start getting the hang of things, bam, you're scooped up by some human who insists on cradling you like a baby and making horrifying coochie-coo noises. This is the beginning of your suffering. Weeks pass and you start to find your footing, literally. Your wobbly first steps are adorable failures. You spot a fluffy sibling, crouch low, and pounce. Boom. Face first into the floor. But it's okay. You're genetically programmed to be cute enough that no one minds. Then one day, you are snatched from your family and placed in a box. This is unacceptable. You deploy the emergency protest meows, but the human holding you just coos and says something about taking you home. Home? You already had a home. Now that you are in a new place, it's time to explore. Your domain is vast. You leap confidently onto the countertop. You discover a cup. It smells delicious. Naturally, you have to get closer and see what's inside. But wait, what's this? It's a trap. You try to back away, only to plummet off the edge of the counter and land with an undignified splat. The human laughs. This is the first betrayal. They think your suffering is funny. Oh, you have no idea how much worse it's going to get. Your world is tiny but filled with discovery. A shadow moves. Better chase it. Your human's foot twitches under the blanket. It's a snake. Attack. And then, suddenly, the foot emerges from beneath the blanket. What is this sorcery? Normally these weird, fleshy lumps are safely hidden under colorful fabric. Your curiosity takes over. You sniff it. Your eyes widen in horror. You whip your head toward your human, giving them a look of pure betrayal. Then, without dignity, you fall off the bed, backward. The human laughs. Time flies. By now, your legs work like a dream, your eyes are sharp, and you've developed the stealth of a ninja. Your favorite hobby? Testing the laws of gravity, of course. You are a scientist on a very important mission. Glasses, bottles, plants. Nothing is safe from your rigorous experiments. How is it possible that you always land gracefully on all four paws, while everything else just flops to the ground like a total amateur? The world must know. So you push another glass off the table. Fascinating. You are a mighty hunter, a fearless explorer, a ruler of your domain. And yet, nothing in this world captivates you more than the box. It appears one day, placed on the floor behind the couch by your human. Large, mysterious, filled with infinite possibilities. You approach cautiously, sniffing, gentle tapping. Could it be a portal? A secret hideout? A trap? No matter. You must enter. Okay, maybe that wasn't the most graceful entrance, but you did it. You're in. The box is now your sacred temple. By the time you hit a year old, you're in your prime, a sleek, agile predator trapped in a cozy suburban home. But don't let that fool you. Even as an indoor cat, your instincts scream survival. A moth flutters by, and you channel your inner panther. With a pounce and a swipe, it's yours. Or at least that's what you thought. In reality, you just launched yourself face first into the wall and slid down to the floor like an overcooked noodle. But let's stick to the story of the mighty hunter, shall we? After all, no one saw that, right? By now, you've perfected your daily routine. You wake up at precisely 3 a.m. because the humans have once again failed in their primary duty, providing breakfast at a reasonable hour. What are you supposed to do? Starve? Waste away into a pathetic, neglected fur pile? No, you must take action. So, naturally, you deploy the emergency breakfast acquisition tactic, standing on their chest and yelling. The human groans, rolls over, and pushes you off. Unacceptable. You attempt a secondary strategy, the zoomies of despair. You sprint across the room at 65 miles per hour, knocking over at least 2 water glasses and a lamp before launching yourself onto the bed again. Finally, the human stumbles out of bed, muttering something about getting a dog instead. Blasphemy. You lead them directly to the kitchen. They place food in your bowl. The same food as yesterday. The same food as the day before. You stare at it in disgust. This is an outrage. You take 2 bites, then walk away to show them how much they failed you. This affront to your dignity cements their role as servants, not equals. Time for nap number 1. You find the perfect spot on top of the human's freshly washed laundry. Excellent. You knead the fabric thoroughly, ensuring maximum fur distribution. Just as you drift off into blissful unconsciousness, you see it. The red dot. You leap into action, claws extended. The tiny glowing fiend darts across the carpet. You pounce. It vanishes. You spin around. There it is, on the wall. You jump. It's gone. You attack again. The battle rages for what feels like hours. The red dot is elusive, cunning, an enemy worthy of your talents. But then, just as you are about to strike the final blow, poof, gone. You look around, betrayed by reality itself. The human laughs. You glare at them. They think this is a game? This is war. You realize, too late, that this is your life now, an eternal battle against a foe that cannot be defeated. Time flies by, and you've developed a particular set of skills. Opening doors with a paw swipe and stealing food when no one's looking. The humans begin something called working from home. This means your daily naps are disrupted by loud voices and frantic typing. You sit directly on their laptop to remind them of their priorities. They do not appreciate your help. By now, you've realized that the world is a cruel, unfair place, and your best strategy is to nap aggressively. You sleep on windowsills, on laptops, in laundry baskets, and directly on your human's face if necessary. But there are still daily injustices to endure. The vacuum cleaner, a shrieking demon that exists solely to torment you. The existential horror of the empty food bowl. And let's not forget the ultimate betrayal, the vet. 1 minute, you're snoozing peacefully, and the next, you're shoved into the accursed box. You scream, you yowl, you dig your claws into anything within reach. It doesn't matter. The human remains unmoved. Soon you're being prodded and examined by a person in a lab coat who proceeds to stab you with a needle. The final indignity? They call you such a good boy or such a good girl while ruining your life. By age 10, you've entered the wise elder phase. Your human, now accustomed to your weirdness, serves you on command. But the betrayal continues. Fewer high jumps, more failed landings, more naps, fewer zoomies. Worst of all, you now have to deal with the senior diet, which is just a fancy way of saying, we replaced all your delicious food with cardboard. And then, as if this wasn't bad enough, your human, who has spent years feeding you, cleaning your litter box, and providing warmth, has the audacity to cry at the thought of you leaving. You blink at them slowly. Foolish human, you were never theirs. They were always yours. And so, as you drift off into your 9th and final life, you know you've left behind a legacy, a shredded couch, a home full of your fur, and a human who will never fully understand why you knocked over that glass of water.